Hello again. A lot of people have questions about payments. Everybody's concerned about money these days. Absolutely understandable. And what I'm going to talk about today is a little bit about our contract, and the Section 19, as we call it, on the contract is called payment terms. So when is money due? Why is it due at that time? And how does it all wrap up? That's what I'll touch on very quickly here. First and foremost, in the payment terms section, you have the contract amount. That is the building as specified, be it with excavation, concrete, and what building components are finalized on your building. That is the final cost on what you, the customer, are expected to pay. That's the agreed upon number. And then to the right of that, we break that down. Now we start with a down payment. A down payment for us is 10% of the contract amount. That is the amount that is paid to lock in the contract, lock in the pricing, and get the ball rolling, so to speak. Nothing really happens in that particular point. At that particular point, it's just a down payment to hold numbers, and we can analyze the contract, see what we have to get and do. Now the very next piece here is a payment due prior to excavation, concrete, and inventory. This is truly where the ball starts to roll. That particular payment, once that one comes in, all of the special order items for your structure is ordered. That could be trusses. Trusses are ordered specifically for every building. If it's a special order siding that we don't stock here, that is ordered at that time. Maybe colors of aluminum soffit and fascia. We stock a few colors, but we don't have the room to stock them all. So if you have one of those choices that are outside what we stock, all of those are ordered. Specialty windows, specialty garage doors. We do stock garage doors for different varieties, but if it is a color we don't stock, that is ordered at that time. So that's the wording, prior to excavation, concrete, and inventory. So once we get that payment in, then and only then, for instance, if we are doing the excavation, at that time it will be issued to excavation if you are ready to go. If you don't have a shed to move, if you don't have a tree to cut, all that kind of stuff. So if it's ready to go for us and that payment's made, that's when those get issued. And that's what triggers that. The next payment is another, what we call a progress payment, as things progress, is called payment due prior to shipping the building. Now that last one I talked about gets you through the concrete stage. Okay, so the excavation is done, the concrete is down. Now the very next payment is another larger payment because we have already ordered all this material here. We have the concrete on the ground, we probably went through the excavation if it was part of the contract. All of that is done. Now at that next payment, which is prior to shipping the building, that is the larger one that says, okay, we will now put the building on a trailer, which to us means we will pick all the product, we'll put it on a trailer, load it, and we will pre-build all of the walls, and everything gets loaded onto a trailer at that time, and it is okay to issue it to a building crew or put it in that within that 2-week schedule on that building schedule. Okay, that's what that one triggers. So the prior to shipping the building will trigger everything up to that building going and being completely built. The very last payment is balance due upon completion of building. Okay, and then that final payment is what you retain until the job is done. You're able to do a walk around and see that everything is just fine. And at that point, then that final payment is due. However, I would like to touch on one point. A lot of people, mostly later in the year, say November, December, a lot of them are snowbirds. And if they have a building going together at that time, now it doesn't stop us from building it, but that final payment is still due upon completion of that building. Now, if you're a snowbird and you're gone for 4 months, it's not going to wait until you come back to Minnesota or Wisconsin to take a look at your building. We can absolutely take pictures of it, because we have our crews take pictures anyway, and then send it to you so it's complete. But that would be done within a very reasonable time frame, a couple weeks after the building is complete. That section is our payment terms, and hopefully that answered any questions that you may have regarding when is money due on the project and what does it trigger, or what does that allow economy garages to do. So with that, thanks again and have yourself a good day.